All right, it's time for that weekly analysis. So, as we can see, we are on the weekly time frame. Let's see what we have on the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, our previous week closed bullish with a wick to the top, which could tell us that price could want to do a weekly wick fill, which can push price higher to our last area of breakout, which would be around this area, right? Which is the same analysis we were expecting from last week, right? Or price could give us a weak fill and then push lower as a rejection back to our low and create some sort of a range between these 2 points. All right. So let's highlight our zones for what we are seeing. We have area of our previous breakout. Okay, let's highlight that. This is previous breakout. Just say weekly. We need to know. All right. And then we need to highlight last week's low. So we're going to highlight this area as last week's low, because the moment price breaks this area, right, it's creating a new range. All right. And we need to know that on the lower time frames when we're trading. All right. And then this is just a weekly low. So this could be our target. If price goes down, that could be our target. If we have a nice trade that is nice, a nice setup, that could be our target. Now let's move on to the daily time frame. All right, so on the daily time frame, this is what we have. The areas that we highlighted are presenting very well. We don't need to adjust much. It's all perfect. All right, so on our daily time frame, this is what we have. What are we seeing? We are seeing price created a low around this area, right? Price is trying to create a low around this area, and there's a high that price is rejecting, right? So we had last week's Friday going higher but being rejected down. And then we had yesterday's candle going higher again, but being rejected down. So basically, this candle completed a weak fill for last week's Friday. A weak fill trade, always simple and nice, right? However, today's candle went all the way low, retested the low again. It rejected and it put back up. So we could say, we could expect price to give us a weak fill similar to yesterday. However, if this high holds, we will see price try to push lower. So we need to add our zones right there, right? Because, well, basically what we are saying is price has created a low, right? Let's highlight the low. Price has created a low, a daily low, right? So price has created a daily low right there. And then we also have a high that price is rejecting, which is this one, right? So let's highlight this area as our daily high. Now remember, for a zone to be valid, price doesn't necessarily need to hit the line that you put there. Price only needs to hit, a zone is an area, it's not a line. That's something we have to remember. So price doesn't necessarily need to hit the line, it needs to hit the area. If price hits the area that it's meant to hit and then it gets rejected or it breaks, that's all that matters. It's not the line that you put, because no one knows about the line that you put. The lines that we are putting, they're just there to help us guide, they're just there to guide us, that's all, or they're just there to help us with confirmations, right? So now let's go on the 4-hour time frame. All right. So on the 4-hour time frame, we said last week's lows. Let's bring this line to that here so that it's not cutting through candles, unnecessary cutting through candles. And then we have last week's high, right? And then we have, what else do we have that needs to be adjusted? All right, we have this daily low. This daily low, we'll have to adjust it on the lower time frame so that when we have more information, okay? So now, with price exit right now, it's rejecting this high. So for price to go higher, price needs to break above this high. That's all. So if we are going to see price going higher, we need price to close above this area, and then we can see price going higher. But if price is going to go lower, all it needs to do is to probably break below this low or this low that we have highlighted, which will adjust on the 1-hour time frame, because right now we don't have enough information for us to put a line right there. This line is cutting through candlesticks. That means it means nothing right now, because this is all clean traffic. If you look at this area right here, this is clean traffic, all right? This is clean traffic. That means this and this are potentially invalidated. So we need information on the 1-hour time frame for us to know where we can actually put this zone right here. So what we have a wick, all right? Our 4-hour candle close bullish and with a wick, all right? So we could potentially get a wick fill candle on this 4-hour candle that has presented itself. If you don't understand how to trade wick fills, please refer to our how to trade wick fill videos. It will be very useful. Wick fills are the best. Now let's move on to the 1-hour time frame. On the 1-hour time frame, all right, this daily low, it's no longer a daily low that's important. Price just needs to break below this area for it to go lower, that's all. All right, price for it to go lower to our target, our first target, which would be right here, and then our second target right here. Price needs to close below this low, which can push price lower to our potential targets. So what we are saying right now is on the 1-hour time frame, if we do get a candlestick that comes and closes below this low, price will go lower, all right? If you do have a strong candlestick that comes and closes below this low, that could push price to first target and then second target, all right? However, the higher time frames still show some bullish pressure. So if our higher time frames are showing some bullish pressures, right, what we need to do is we need to watch what is this candle going to do and what is the next candle going to do, all right? Because this candle could push lower, right, come all the way down here, get rejected and turn around, right, creating another candlestick. So you have to wait and see what this candlestick and the next candlestick are going to do, because the 4-hour time frame is still giving us bullish pressure, all right? If the 4-hour time frame is giving us bullish pressure, what does that mean? Price might want to come down for a retest and then pull back up, leave a wick, and then give us a wick fill, all right? This is a strong rejection, yes, we understand, but price will want to come and retest this high. If it doesn't come back to retest this high now, it will come back during New York session, all right? So yes, you can do the safe entry of entering when price breaks the low, or you can wait for price to come back up. You can even trade the high for price to go higher, right? And then sell when price comes back up here if it shows you rejections. But if it doesn't, what you can do is, if price does give us the low, right, what you can do is use your 1-hour time frame, all right? On the 1-hour time frame, no, highlight from the 4-hour time frame. What you need to do is you need to highlight right here, right? That's where price closed. That's where our previous 4 hour closed. So let's highlight this, let's just say previous 4 hour close, right? So previous 4 hour close, right? And then you go on your 1 hour time frame. On your 1 hour time frame, what you're doing now is you're watching what price would do between these 2 points. Okay. So if price does come lower, but keeps rejecting this area, then you just need to see a strong bullish candle or a rejection bullish candle that's pushing price higher, that closes above here, and you can trade for your weak fill because you even have clean traffic. All right, that can push price higher. All right, and then if we have a strong bullish candle that closes above here, that's all settled. You can even trade price to the next high. All right, so that's what we have for this week. This week is it's very tricky because, like I said, our previous week closed bullish, but with a long wick, right? No, not a long wick, but it closed bullish, but with a wick to the top. So it is rejecting, but it is still bullish. And then our previous 2 days, they closed bullish with wicks to the top, right? They still rejected the bottom, but they still closed bullish. And then today's candle, it went down, but it still rejected that bottom. So between now and the time New York opens, it's a very tricky area. Don't be opening and closing trades. You need to watch, you need to see what's happening, and then New York will give us direction. Because right now we had price that fell, right? When market opened, price fell, and then it rejected, right? And then now we see having a rejection and we have a low around this area. So what does that mean for us? We need to see what's going to happen around this area. Is price going to go higher, or is it going to come back, retest, and then go lower? So for now, we just need to watch for a little bit. We just need to get more information for us to know what's happening. So whilst we're waiting, let's do other things and we wait patiently. And when we have more information, we'll update each other. And that's it for now.